Welcome back, Guardians, to another Dream Team video. I'm your humble host, Meeson777. We are in the Dido discussion room with Cranky Crab,
Hello.
Scapegoat,
Hi.
and today's guest of honor, Flexify, who is pretty new to the Dream Team, actually.
Hello.
Today, we'll be discussing a whole bunch of more personal stuff. We're going to be discussing some things as to why this Yeetcast took as long as it did actually get out. We're going to talk about Bungie's relationship to Activision and what we can learn from it, maybe. And, yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit more of a laid-back one, you know? I'll apologize in advance if you can hear clicking. I am actually reading over the post that we'll be putting up on screen in the background. Full credit to the Redditor who created this. Oh. Okay, never mind. The post has just been removed. Okay, well, I'll just do it from memory then. That's really interesting. I come back to the posts a few weeks later, and the post has been removed by the moderators. Ooh, ah. That is really interesting. Drama! Yeah, anyway. Ever did that thing where you recorded yourself multiple times, but you were mute the first time, and then you didn't have the mic turned on the second time? Well, I've done that, and this is the third time recording this. I'm so sorry for the terrible mic quality. But apparently what had happened was that the user had actually created the post. The user who created the post was openly admitting to a ban evade, like they intentionally avoided a ban. They talked about it in the moderators talked about it further down, which obviously we couldn't get to while they were in the middle of the Yeetcast. And then as soon as they got notoriety on it, they edited everything out and made it a shit post, which the moderators immediately took down. So that's why the post was taken down. You will still see some of it on screen. I'll just put it on screen as we're talking about some other stuff if you're still interested. The link will still be in the description down below. I apologize for the absolutely terrible mic quality. Hopefully you still enjoy the rest of this Yeetcast. This is Yeetcast number 13? Do you guys remember what Yeetcast we're on?
It's 76, I think.
Okay, 76. Perfect. Okay, so this is Yeetcast. No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's first talk about and apologize. I am so sorry. I think each of us are very sorry as to not getting you guys your regular dosage of Yeetcast because it has been absolutely crazy. Let's try to go over the chain of events here. Like, what? So, first of all, the first time we tried to do this, my internet went down. The same day, Scape, didn't your power go down or something? What happened there?
It was that morning. It was back up, but my internet wasn't working. And then it was at a point when it was, and we were ready. And then Cranky's internet went out. And then once Cranky's internet was back up, then my power went out.
Yeah. And then you had to go to work. And then you were available. Then Cranky had to go to work. And then both of you were available. But then I was at work. And then Cranky's moving. Cranky, aren't you like sitting on like a cardboard box basically right now? Is that what's happening?
I mean, I put a tablecloth on it so I don't chafe.
Ah, okay, good. Yeah, but Cranky's like in the middle of moving. We're dedicated to the cause. We are dedicated. And the Vlex is just sitting back with this iced tea, and it's just like, you know what? This is great. We're having a great time.
Life is good.
It's like a protein shake this time.
Oh, protein shake, right. All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into this, gentlemen. So what I wanted to talk about before the post was removed is Bungie's relationship to Activision. Marty O'Donnell was the dude's name. He was Activision Bungie's relationship. Oh, man, I wish the post was still here. Sorry.
Marty O'Donnell, for context, is the genius behind some of the really famous Halo music.
So
like
he's
the first 3 games.
Sound designer. Okay, that makes more sense.
He was the music composer for the first 3, and I think he left before the 4th one came out.
Gotcha. Okay, so he shed some light as to what happened with the separation between Bungie and Activision, because as you guys are very much aware, Activision and Bungie separated like a year ago, was it? And essentially what he talked about is that from the very get-go, when they were literally sitting down in the meeting to discuss, like, you know, terms and so forth, it was very clear from the get-go that Activision was more interested in the golden egg rather than the goose, was the analogy that he gave in the post. Unfortunately, you know, we don't have the post over here, but like I said, I'll link it. Maybe it comes back up. Maybe some commentators will shed some light on it. So, but that was the gist. Like, they were talking about how, you know, you have to fat up the goose in order. Like Activision was talking about, if you fat up the goose, it'll make a better egg. It doesn't matter how good the goose feels. And it was just a very Well, I mean, it sounds like everything we kind of throw at shade at for Activision and EA and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. It's what made me think about it. What made me think about it, guys, is that you guys are all here in the clan. You guys are all Dream Team, right? And I wanted to ask each of you, why are you here? Because just like Activision and Bungie, how their relationship was something that they chose, the relationship we have in the clan here is something that we kind of chose, right? That's something that we volunteered for. I like to consider this a family, right? So why particularly? I'll start with Blex and we'll work our way up. Blex, why in particular did you join Dream Team? Like, what was it that...
And by the way, he said he was going to work his way up, which means you're at the bottom. Get wrecked.
Get wrecked. Yes, that's what we're saying.
Thanks.
360 no scope
well,
you with.
You know, like, you see, I quite liked you before, but you see, now you just called me the bomb, so see you later, I guess.
I'm leaving the clan.
Yeah. It was. Well, I really liked Cranky when I first met him from our previous clan, and it was just through a sort of line of just meeting everyone one by one, and everyone, like, no one being, you know, toxic and really friendly. It was just it was a really good community for me. Fun to play with everybody, and it was always fun, never, you know, like, overly toxic. So
Okay, let's go with Escape.
I don't quite remember, but can you come down here and loosen the shackles around my ankles? They're a little too tight today.
I've told you I would feed you after you got 50 kills in the Crucible, okay?
It's not about feeding me, it's my ankles. Okay, so I met up with a...
Sorry, that was perfect. Go ahead.
So I was going to a college, a community college, in the same city that Meeson lives here, which shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
And I met a person there who was, at the time, a Dream Team member, but as of right now, he is no longer. And he introduced me to the clan. We started playing Overwatch dead game.
It was Overwatch. Wow, that's crazy to think about.
And it was over that course when I actually officially joined the Dream Team, and then it just kind of we kind of drifted away, as a lot of other people did, I suppose, when you just don't play the same games that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like this certain TDT member, like if we started playing Monster Hunter World, for instance, we would probably do it. Like he would be interested. That happens with a lot of us, but I remember playing Destiny a long time ago on Xbox, so I was interested in getting back on there. Long story short, there's a lot of bullcrap that happened with my PS4 in between, but that's really how we are now.
Okay. What about you, Cranky? I want to get everybody's kind of like basic story on the table, and then I'll start fishing.
Wait,
for
why am I in the clan?
Yeah, why are you here, dude? Why are you here?
Because I want to stomp noobs and kick babies.
And I'm all out of babies.
You can say that on YouTube.
I can't.
I'm gonna leave it in, but I don't know, man. YouTube's weird. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, you guys beat the ever living hell out of me in Crucible enough times that after joining the clan and getting kicked, and joining the clan and getting kicked, and joining the clan and getting kicked, and then joining the clan and leaving, and then joining the clan and leaving, and then maybe one of those happened again, I decided to stick around and get better at the Crucible.
Yeah, you probably have the thickest butt hide here. You know, you've probably been tenderized in the rear probably more than anyone else. And by the way, everybody... That's
okay on YouTube, but what I said wasn't?
That's not something we say. Yes.
Okay.
All right, fine. Fair point. By the way, people judging me at home, because I can tell you're judging me at home, he got kicked because he was 3 months inactive, okay? All right, he might as well have given us the middle finger as his profile picture, and that's what ended up happening. I'm like, you know
If
what?
you're not busy in the Discord, Meesum will kick you. I know because it's happened multiple times.
We
to
have
me.
since changed policies where if you are an actual member, and we've also dialed up how difficult it is to actually be a member, you won't be removed. You'll just, we'll just let you sit. That's why, like, you got people like American Weeaboo, J Food, and Floral Blues who are just sitting with no rank. Because I think that handles it better. But yeah, it's different. We're very strict about who we let in, right? And I think we should give some context to that. Why don't we give some context as to like what we are and why it's important? Despite us having, shoot, how many people do we have? Let me launch up Discord real quick.
30?
Just offline. This isn't obviously. There's much.
36 are offline right now.
Yeah, just no. I'm talking just for the everybody, like including the white ranks, the no rankers.
44 by the looks of it.
That's 52. 52 showing up offline at like 8 or so showing up online. So let's say 60 people, right? Between 60 people, like 10 of those are full, all the way through members. Now, of course, some of them are, different because they don't have the same console we do, right? And that makes it a little bit more difficult, which we're hoping to branch out a little bit soon. So we'll talk about that later. But it's difficult to get into our clan. Freaking Vlex, how long were you at community rank, Vlex? So just so we're clear, there's the white rank, which is no rank. That's like the at everybody rank. Blue rank, which is community rank, which is where basically everybody sits who joins in, who is decently active, well, as long as they're around. Those are the people who are trying to get into member. There's actually a member, like the actual membership. There's one that's right above that, which is like devoted, which is like the super member. That's no need to worry about that. And then there's admin, which is what me, virtual, if you've seen him, and unknown Electro. But Vlex, you were at community rank forever. Were you not?
So it was. I think I was in the Discord right after I left the old clan, Cranky. So it must have been a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half, and you stuck around that long. So it's not easy for all of you who are interested in actually getting into the clan. That was one of the misconceptions we've seen coming in, is some people come in, they're like, okay, I want to be a part of the clan. It's like, there's a reason for it, but we don't, it's not like we're just an open door. We want to make sure that the people who are coming in here share a similar mindset, right? We want to treat everybody like family, right? And we want to make sure that people who come in are the people that we're looking for. We treat this, like I said, we treat this like a family that we've chosen. You know what I mean? Where regardless of the game that we're playing, we actually legitimately care about, one another, outside of what's happening in game. Like, for example, Cranky, myself, and Scape here met up in real life at a place that shall not be named, but we went and got some Mexican food. It was fantastic Mexican food. At least I think it was. And we actually got to talk with each other in person. And, like, I don't know. For me, that's the peak. That's, like, the peak of what gaming can be. You know what I mean? Like, gaming, we always think of it as generally like an entertainment sort of field, right? But the way I look at it is that gaming is a way of building a relationship with somebody. Virtually, of course. And, of course, that has its drawbacks and its limitations, right? But I don't know. Like, I'd like to get your guys' thoughts, and also we can talk about what we actually did.
Yeah, I thought the Mexican food was great.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks, lovely commentary, Cranky. If you guys are stringing me up to dry out here.
He loved the Mexican food. He didn't enjoy the company.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm just trying not to talk too much. We got 4 people in here tonight.
I mean, by all means, talk, because if you got something
no,
to
it's
say,
fun. You actually
Say
you actually dragged me into a sword fight, which I didn't anticipate.
that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, we got 2.
So you took swords along.
Yeah, we took.
He
I took
literally
2.
brought-
Chest and arms still hurt from what
Let's-
happened.
Let's just like, I joined this clan, and these guys are the guys that bring fucking swords to the beach.
Foam Nerf swords, okay? Foam Nerf swords. But you should have seen the looks that people were giving us. They're like,
Oh yeah, no, I can imagine.
Oh, I didn't bother looking. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this because I don't want to disappoint. But
I'd probably be one of the people looking. Honestly, I'll be honest.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, it's I don't know. It was fun for me. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was fun.
Literally, what it came down to was simply that Meesum has virtually beat my ass for a number of years, and he just wanted to do it in real life, just one time.
Just to prove a point, you know. I'm just gonna show my physical prowess over Cranky as well here.
That's right.
Just gonna flex on Cranky here. But
If we've got controllers or foam swords, I'm screwed.
I got him beat. Scape, you've been quiet.
I'm still feeling residual pain that I can't really speak. Just thinking of it.
Your nipple's still bruised.
My nipple's still bruised.
Listen,
I still have a
that's
purple
not what
spot
happened when we met up.
on my arm.
That was something else.
Disclaimer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. What the hell is this Yeetcast even?
You started.
You said it was getting personal.
I mean, I did. I don't know. Maybe you guys like this. Let us know. I don't know, man.
All I know is that no nipples were injured during the Mexican food or the ice cream. I don't know what else happened.
See, Cracky, as you said earlier, that's called blackout drunk.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh my gosh. Holy
I said it
shit.
before and I'll say it again. Maybe I should have gotten a margarita.
Yeah, we're sitting there at dinner, and like the thing was, we talked politics. We're not going to talk politics here, but we talk politics at the table, right? We have a kind of a rule in our clan that we don't bring up politics. You know, we want to try to keep it like the thing is that it starts fights, right? One way or another, it starts fights, right? So we try to keep it out of general discourse. As best we can.
So we just do it in person.
We just beat each other up in person, right? And that's what we did. And Scape's like, the waiter's checking our orders, like,
and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long time. We were talking because we can't, like, we're bottled up. Like we have so much to say, but we don't want to say it and piss anybody off, you know. But it was like really good talk. It was a really good talk. And Scape, like, as the waiter's taking our order, it's like, you know, Cranky's like, oh, I'll take the margarita on the rocks, and gets to me and it's like, I'll just have water. My mom's like, I'll get margarita. My stepdad's like, I'll get margarita. Gets to Scape, and it's like, water. And then like an hour into the discussion, he's like, I should have ordered the margarita.
See, we knew what was going down.
They were all
We
prepared.
grabbed those margaritas at the start.
It's like that scene in a movie where, like, you know, everybody walks into a bar and exchanges glances, you know, before everything breaks off, you know.
Before it happens.
Yeah. Scape was unaware. He's just blissfully unaware, just like, oh, this is great, guys. The food's awesome.
Oh, this is amazing.
Did Scape suddenly turn into Mickey Mouse over lunch?
He did.
Well, would you rather prefer this voice?
But
Also,
I want to talk about because the thing is that I've been here the longest, right? Just because I'm like one of the founders, right? It was originally me, J-Food, and Electro, and I miss J-Food. J-Food, if you're watching this, like, reach out in Discord or something, man. I miss you. But it literally was. I was a nerd. In case you guys aren't aware, I was a nerd. I was a big nerd. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm now a geek.
Oh my God, I never guessed.
I have evolved into a geek. Okay, but I was a huge nerd. And when I first discovered Destiny, it was like freaking space crack cocaine. All right, like
I had suspicions about you when you brought the Nerf swords to the beach, but I wasn't sure.
Hey, but you saw me. I'm not freaking. Yeah,
You're not little. You're not little. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
like that
I'm not
meme
little.
we've got
Yeah,
that's
let's put it
like
that way.
actually.
Yeah. Anyway.
Definitely am.
But anyway, so discovered Destiny. I remember, well, like, maybe you guys can share this as well, but the first time I discovered Destiny, like how I came across it is that my dad had got it for me for like a birthday or something. And the thing was is that I had no interest in the game whatsoever. You know, and it's like Titanfall. Like, when I heard about the game, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get that game. You know what I mean? But like Destiny, just literally out of left field, somebody just got it for me at random. Had I known they were getting it for me, then I'm like, oh, that's nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's like socks, you know? But I got it, I'm like, hell, I'll play it. Started playing it and immediately fell in love with the way that the game played. And from there, it just came down to I fell in love with the Crucible. And then I started talking about it in school. And, you know, I think it was JFood who discovered it first. He's like, "Oh, you play Destiny 2? What console? PlayStation? PlayStation? Oh, dude, that's so cool." We hit it off. We started playing games with each other, and we quickly realized something that was kind of special about us. Not only did we really care about one another just because we knew each other personally, but we also were really good at the game, right? We also were all like top 1% in some category somewhere. And we met Electro literally through an LFG, which was crazy now that you think about it. Like, the chances of us specifically picking up Electro, you know, and the people here, everybody here will tell you, like, Electro is like a core part of what makes Dream Team. I'm a little sad he couldn't join us. But yeah, and then we met him, and then we started playing with one another. We just, we developed a Wolfpack tactics because I, again, bit of a nerd. I started, compartmentalizing and figuring everything out. Used real military tactics and started applying it to the games. And from there, we just decided, let's expand. Let's teach other people how to do this. We had so much chemistry, J-Food and I, that I've told this story to you guys before, but we were in doubles, Crimson doubles, back in D1, and we didn't have a mic. He specifically did not have a mic. So he messaged me, like, we won the first few games, and he messaged me, "Hey, let's mercy rule these next guys." And we proceeded to mercy rule the next 6 teams in a row. Not even a single word said to one another, but we were coordinated so well. And that's kind of that's what's special to me, is that developing that relationship beyond the game and being able to see it reflected in the game. You know what I mean? Being able to see the fruits of your relationship essentially reflected in a competitive situation. For me, that was what really makes what we have here special. I'm curious if you guys have similar thoughts or anything like that.
Definitely the teamwork and the relationship aspect is the reason. The main reason to be here. This game is good, but I would have gotten bored with it long ago if I didn't have people to enjoy it with.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's the exact same with me. Exact same.
It's that case in a lot of games that don't focus on a single player campaign or something that can help one person immerse themselves like completely. When you're in a multiplayer setting with other players, you kind of want more out of those other players. And I, especially in a PvP setting like this, it's always nice to be able to communicate with your team, especially when it's people that you know, because then you're able to communicate without even having to speak. Like, Misum, you in virtual cannot even be in a party, and you guys will just clear house, because you will know exactly how.
Yeah, because we work with each other so well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's kind of what we push for too. It's like when we get new people in, like, we start trying to find what relationships are developing. Like trying to figure out like who can work with what, and we have different Wolfpack roles which complement one another better. Like an alpha and a beta just work with one another. Like, that's just the way that they problem solve just works with one another. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that's really cool. But I'm curious, you guys, as to what are you trying to get out of Dream Team? What is it, like, why are you still here? Like, we know, like, why you are here, because you said, like, the community and so forth. Like, what are your aspirations? Like, what are your hopes? Like, where do you want this to go? We'll start with maybe Vlex or Cranky.
Well, I mean, for me, all I really want to do is play Crucible and get better, and I'm interested in playing whatever newer versions of Destiny come along, or maybe comparable games, but I get, put it this way, I get as much satisfaction out of doing well as I get frustration out of doing poorly. So, I have I get equal amounts of joy and pain from the game, but I do enjoy doing it, and the getting better part is really just what I want to pursue. I just like getting better at the game.
Okay, what about you, Flex?
Yeah, it is sort of improvement and just enjoyment of the game, for me, because even though like I can play, like, as you'll probably agree, I'm really inconsistent. So I want to be able to become more consistent in the game and just generally have fun, and that's what I do in this community. So,
Skate?
Getting better at the game is not quite my focus, but like my main focus, but it is part of it. More along the lines of I've always liked playing competitive shooters. I've always liked, and I want a good MMO experience. I'll be honest, like Destiny is kind of being the MMO experience sometimes that I don't like in terms of grind, which we talked about last Yeetcast. If you audience members want to look at that, but this kind of gives me both. But at the same time, it's nice to have people that I can consistently play with and have a good time with.
Mm. Yeah.
Most of this is enjoyment for me. Like I want
For
to go
me,
in, play with fun people, and enjoy myself.
yeah, for me, it's like everything you guys have said is almost like a secondary goal. Like, like for me, obviously getting better at the game is important, right? But for me, it's like if I stagnated right here, right now, and I never got better, right? Or if I got worse, um, I think I would still be okay with that because I think for me, being able to have that relationship with you, with everybody, right? And especially now that we're starting to develop a YouTube community, which is super cool. Like dream job clearly is make videos and make money. Like that's so cool, and I love what I do. Like I love making the videos, right? Um, so like that's definitely the two things for me is the hope to eventually make it into what is essentially a career and the community that we develop here because I just love like hanging out with you guys like we're doing right now. Like this like I came in here with basically no plan really just to kind of hang out and I think we've been having even just with this a good time, you know what I mean? Like I enjoy your guys' company and like I said, for me the magnum opus of this whole experience is to develop that kind of relationship with one another, get to know you guys on a more personal level. I mean, hell, getting to see Cranky and Scapegoat in person is probably going to be the highlight of my year, honestly. Like,
Oh.
legitimately, like you can get me a car and I'd be like, that's cool, but I got to see Cranky, I got to see Scapegoat. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, don't say that to somebody if they get you a car. It's like this isn't quite the highlight of my year.
this is
But
the
thanks.
highlight of my year. Nice Tesla, but not quite the highlight.
Mum buys him a fucking Lamborghini. And he's
Lex
like,
over here.
yeah, it's great, but like,
Let's be
Cranky
serious.
has
I'm better
massive people.
than a Lamborghini. Come
That's what I'm
on.
saying. That's what I'm saying right now. That's what I'm saying right now. Wait, I've got the hug emote on. Come here. You gotta hug. Hug it out. Yeah.
Wait, who? Let's go first. Oh, it was you. Okay.
Let's go first. No, you hang up the phone. Where the hell is Escape? Escape left us. But yeah, anyway, that's for me. That's the peak. That's the peak.
Oh,
That's that relationship.
Scapegoat.
Like that's the next level for me.
It is cool. I mean, it's nice to. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been in numerous Destiny 2 clans, probably at least 4. And what I've seen in 4 or 5 years of being in clans is that almost always they fall apart. Mm-hmm. Somebody doesn't get along with somebody. A lot of times it's because those clans don't have rules like we have that keep clans healthy.
Code of conduct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, code of conduct kind of things. So to actually see that this clan has stayed together and grown is impressive to me just because clans come and go. So I think without a lot of the structure and things that you give it, it wouldn't be as successful.
Yeah, and the amount of effort that everybody puts into this as well. Like, I know, like, everybody's kind of here to play the game, but, I mean, people still take time out of their day, even though they're not an admin, to go try to play with somebody who's a community member, right? To, you know, train with somebody, to encourage somebody, to, hell, I talked about this, like, a long time ago, but, like, $300-ish overnight, just on the spot. Somebody said, I need help, I'm not going to make rent, and put out his PayPal, and that freaking night, $300 raised. Just we have never met the person in IRL. I'm not going to reveal who it was, but we've never met the person in our clan IRL. We've seen pictures and so forth, never actually met them. And then just charity, just overflowing love for that person. It was breathtaking, honestly. You're breathtaking now.
You're all breathtaking.
But it really was. It was like that. It was just astonishing. It was just like I didn't even like contribute that much compared to everybody else. Like other people, like I tossed in like, you know, however much, but like people just blew my contribution out of the water, and it was amazing. I don't know what to say. So like that's like maintaining that. I will fight. Like I tell other people, like when I'm trying to describe like the relationship I have with you guys, because they don't get it. They're like, that's just a game, right? I said, like, if I met this person at a bar, right? Like we met in person. I met this person at a bar, and somebody started a fight with them. I would bust a bar
Grab your
stool
Nerf
over.
sword.
Yeah. Like, I'd beat them with a Nerf sword. No, I would absolutely stand up and fight for that person, like IRL, like on the spot, no questions asked. And I'd like to think everybody would do the same. Like I'd like to think that, you know, everybody else, but I don't know. Maybe
Your
it's just me.
expectations of me are too. Okay.
It's like I ain't a fighter. I'm a
Just
lover.
I be the
Not
one
fighting
running.
nobody.
I'm definitely the more combative type.
You know, I'd fight for Cranky, but like I don't think he'd need it. He's a fucking beast. So,
Cranky is a beast. He is.
Yeah.
Not to
Anyway.
mention he's
That's very
trained.
I mean, just look at those fucking arms.
It depends. Pre
Look at that.
Voldemort.
Yeah, pre-Voldemort gains.
I was doing
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Pre-Voldemort.
But I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this one. Like I said, this is a bit more personal. This is a lot more off the cuff. But I don't know. I think this is something that's kind of something I don't know. I wanted to talk about. So I'm thankful we finally, by the grace of God, we finally got to a point where we can actually do this Yeetcast, because it seemed like literally the hand of God was preventing us. Like every circumstantial thing that could happen was
The hand
happening
of Wave, Broadband, and PG&E. Oh,
outside of freaking an earthquake or some kind of more cataclysmic event. Like, but anyway, this was cool. Do you guys have any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say about everything here? No? Good to go? Want to go kick some ass in Crucible?
you've expressed everything that we were going to express, anyways.
I see. All right. Well,
My question is, where in the hell have the fans gone that were in this room?
this room is the Bermuda Triangle. That's like in between loading zones, and sometimes they vanish. All right, that's what happens. But anyway,
I was on them earlier. Am I too
curious.
fat? Did I break them?
I'm
so
curious how you ended up
confused.
down the hallway and down that hole in the ground. I was wondering.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
Craig, I
places
hate
like a
you,
loading
that's
zone.
why.
Yeah. If you guys ever want to see something curious in Destiny, come to this room, the Dida discussion room, and this you'll see like this place is weird. This place does not obey the laws of physics. But anyhow, I'll go ahead and wrap this
I
up.
don't
Thank
think
you all for
Destiny-
joining me here. I know this was a little bit more off the cuff, so I appreciate you guys hanging through with us. We'll have some cool gameplay in the background here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you were not already. We put out Destiny footage 3 times a week, and we try to make it as best we can for you guys, and we really appreciate it. Small group of friends. We appreciate every single subscribe we get. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Bless your faces, and deuces.